Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 35 of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Last time, we did some more cross-examining of Adrian. She would plead the fifth, but Edgeworth kicked in and basically made her testify some more on a different subject. Anyways, let's get going. Let's get going. Okay. I think I know what this one is. I think I may actually be competent for once. Because, how does that look faded? He has a freaking knife sticking out of him. If that was really there... So, you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body. What is the meaning of this? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There is a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Corda's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that there was a dead man. That's, well, you see. I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted, and then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink. Your point is, Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly, that you are the real killer. No. So I didn't know how to do that one. You didn't even know how. It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt Ungard, is not guilty after all. But that's impossible. You're wrong. But Miss Andrews, try to have some composure. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I tell you, it was Matt. I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan. But you were the one who refused to testify, and your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself. That's because... Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you? I refuse to testify. Then there is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt Ungard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated. Is it over? Have we found the truth at last?
What's wrong, Phoenix?
Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt Ungard. Your Honor, the prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time. What? The reason is quite simple. I want to keep this going. This witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth. The absolute real truth? What are you? Witness? Don't you understand yet? Huh? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Mr. Matt Ungard will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party. That's a lie. I don't believe you. What? I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it? I can't speak about it. I'm too scared.
It's Franziska von Karma. Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself.
Then, right now, Miss Andrews is...
Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss von Karma. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Matt Ungard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews unwillingly believed in those words right now and is clinging to them.
Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get her not guilty. That's my only priority. Yeah, Phoenix, you're turning into Franziska. It wasn't me. I'm begging you. Oh, please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help. Please, someone help me. Bestie. Bestie, descend from the sky. And then Franziska, she just bursts in. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? The court can't continue on like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do. What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? Right! I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime. Who's the real mastermind? Isn't it obvious? There's no one else who could have done it except the woman crying over there, right? Come now! What will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I'm gonna do the scummy choice. I know it's to do it. No matter what she says, Miss Andrews is the only person it could be. Not to mention, I don't have a choice. I have to win a complete acquittal today. Your Honor, the defense believes there is enough evidence to substantiate our claim. Therefore, we motion that this court passes a verdict of not guilty as soon as possible. Right, you asshole! I've disappointed you, Wright. What have you learned in this past year except learning how to screw me over? That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth. You're wrong. And now, oh my gosh, I think this is where it comes. Such a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this, however... What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court. Stop. Mr. Edgeworth! This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness! Yeah, that's right, Edgeworth is going there! Do not dare defy Edgeworth. You defy Edgeworth, he will strike you down! What? And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past. So stop, please stop. No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here. That's the second part of the suicide report, the attempted suicide report. What will you do now, witness? You know what I am about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Miss Adrian Andrews. The secret of her codependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world. Please stop. I beg you, if people find out. If people find out, I'll... If you're going to say, would choose death, that is of no concern to me. I already chose death. Here's the noose. Try me out. You think I'm scared of you? Edgeworth, how can you be so cold? However, before you die, I will pull the truth from your breathing lips, no matter what I have to do. Like I said, you don't defy Edgeworth. You defy Edgeworth, he will destroy your life right in the public. He will destroy it bit by bit. Sir, will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me. I'll talk, but please help me. Nothing matters anymore. My crime. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead, that's when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the Nicholas Samurai costume. Stab the body with the knife? But why would you do that? Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. That a certain cowardly man. What do you mean by all this? It might take this court a little while to understand, but... this is the truth. The real killer is Matt. That's gumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time. Last time? So, Miss what was wrong with the Edgeworth? I was like, so, Miss Andrews, what are you doing today? Like, what the heck? Edgeworth needs his Prozac. So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim one quarter in the chest with the knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt Ungard for the murder. And this is her crime. What? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer? Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination. But you could tell from the state of the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling me the truth when you say that you didn't know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck, but the scarf is a part of the jamming ninja costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. What is this plan you had? I knew right away the murder was Matt. I knew because he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. So the 4 pieces of evidence were the knife and the button. The first thing that came to mind was the knife. That was so you could get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. Oh, sorry about that. So you were the one to stab the victim with the knife. It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspicious. So you thought to rip off the buttons off and plant it in Mr. Angard's hakama? Yes, that's what I planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they? An inconvenience? There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lotta. There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. That's Miss Olbag for you! I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you? Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's biggest secret there. And what was the secret? That I don't know. Anyways, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume. I think we've heard enough. So after that, you went back to Mr. Ungard's room and planted the button. Into Matt's hakama? Yes. After that, I folded out the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it. But my word, what does all this mean? Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt Ungard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Franziska, huh? She said that I should under no circumstances confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in Bestie's words. What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer. Wait, Your Honor! The defense still... Right! It's pointless! At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything! Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let go, Mr. Wright. But... Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning. Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately. That's all. Court is adjourned for today. First time you see an empty judge chair in the series. And the Phoenix Wright. The bad Phoenix Wright. Today's trial. It's over. I didn't win an acquittal. Witness, would you mind if I asked you something? Edgeworth. What is it? Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might take a look at one thing. That card in your hand. It had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remember just now. I found it in the room that day. The room? That day? Yes. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there right next to him. You found that card next to the victim's body? I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if the card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right? Yeah, I guess not. But it's still a strange card, if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why... Witness! That card! Give it to me! Hurry! I need it! It's a Charizard card! Edgeworth, do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This, I can't believe you hid this from me all this time! I didn't mean to.
What is this all about?
I've never seen such an emotional Edgeworth in my entire life. Not even when he was accused for murder. That card, what in the world is it? And what does it mean? To be continued. Oh, but things are gonna get good. Things are gonna get very good. March 25th, 22nd, 5:24 p.m. Raincoat Lofts.
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
There, Pearls.
I can't take it anymore!
And let this be a lesson to you, Pearls. If a stranger tells you there's a phone call in a hotel lobby, don't go with them alone. Look, I'll be alright. Heck, don't go with them, period. Everything may still work out. The condition was that we had to get a not guilty verdict. And so far, the kidnapper has kept his word and hasn't hurt Maya. And he won't because Mr. Ungar hasn't been given a guilty sentence yet. Cheer up. We don't have time to stand around crying. We have to get going.
You're right. Mystic Maya is in much more pain than I am.
Yes, that's right. So... Hey, you guys! Glad I caught you, pal!
Mr. Scruffy Detective?
Oh boy, looks like Detective Gumshoe has been dubbed Mr. Scruffy Detective in Pearl's books now. It's just plain old Mr. Dick Gumshoe now, and I came to talk to you, pal. But we're kind of busy right now. The future. So what are you going to do from now on? What do you mean, pal? Well, you've been fired, right? So, do you have a new job lined up yet? Oh, that? What am I supposed to do now, pal? I don't have anything coming in all until my name's payday. Even then, your payday, what are you even getting for that? 5 cents, a penny? You can find that just by sweeping a magnet over the streets. What are you talking about? You don't have another payday? I guess that means I'm just gonna have to work here at your place, pal. Say what? You'll be searching for things that will prove Mr. Ungod's innocence all day, right? Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna help you, pal. I've got lots of experience in investigating and watching over people's places. I do with Mr. Edgeworth all the time. I kept his office and his apartment spotless. And I stole all the loose change out of his couch cushions. And I'm great at making really simple meals, pal. I'll take care of it all.
Come on, Mr. Nick, let's let Mr. Scruffy Detective take care of things.
Okay. By the way, what's your best dish? Instant noodles, pal! Why am I surrounded by people who only eat cheap, unhealthy foods? Talking to Gumshoe about Edgeworth. We're going into Gumshoe's belief system now. That was the first time I ever seen Mr. Edgeworth act like that! That girl must have... But then again, that Miss Andrews. She was asking for it. She was defying Mr. Edgeworth. If she was working for him, he would have cut her pay. Never thought he'd say something like, he didn't care if Miss Andrews killed herself.
He said that? He's horrible.
But because of him doing that, we got the truth finally. the truth. Miss Andrews' last testimony, I wonder if that was the truth. I'll give you that there was nothing strange in her testimony itself, but I still think there's something fundamentally wrong with the whole thing. You mean about that thing, Mel? Why would she want to? No, I mean almost need to frame Mr. Ungard. I couldn't figure that out from anything she said all day. Excuse me. Then you're saying that testimony was a lie? Not a lie per se. It just feels like there's more here than meets the eye, or that what Edgeworth would like us to believe. That's such a dirty trick. Even that woman prosecutor was better than that. Franziska von Karma. Speaking of Miss von Karma, do you have any more information on her condition? Was she shot this morning? Miss von Karma was shot today on the way to the trial by a pistol, Al. But she's going to be fine, right? I mean, Edward said she was in stable condition, right? Well, she was shot in the shoulder, so she'll be okay, and it's only in there. Well, considering that if she's anything like her father, she could take a bullet to the shoulder. Hell, she could take a bullet to the shoulder and still prosecute for 15 years. They should be done taking the bullet out, so she's probably resting at the hospital. Which one? What? Are you going to visit her, pal? No. Well, I was kind of thinking about it. Hey, you actually got a heart, don't you? She looked like she was being tortured at not being able to go to the trial today. So maybe it's good for her if you went by and let her whip you for a bit, pal. Let's go let her whip us, Mr. Nick. Let's get kinky like this. No, I'm definitely not going. Let's see. The name of the hospital. Oh yeah, the Honey Clinic. Karmatic retribution. Franziska is with the director. Like I said, things went full circle from case 2 when that fake director was like, oh, gotta see that hottie patient. When he was so excited about Franziska. Well, now he's got Franziska. He's got a replacement for Mimi. For Mimi. That name sends a chill down my spine. Well, I guess it can't hurt to stop by and say hi. Oh, we're gonna do that this episode. Let's examine. Hey, it's wilting a little. Oh, I'll give it some delicious water, pal. Oh, it's okay. I already did that. The watering can. Where are you, Mr. Watering Can? Did he just call the watering can Mr.? That's just sad. Gumshoe and Pearl competing with each other. My desk. Since I don't have time to sit, it's usually clean. Oh, I cleaned up even more for you last night. But what? I should get even more clean up, Val! That's in the toilet! Not Gilligan! Not Phoenix's toilet brush! What a mess, literally. This is the, Nichols Samurai, right? Yeah, that's right. Mr. Nick, please get missing Maya and be her Nichols Samurai, right? Yep, Pearl just has the same dialogue. Difficult looking legal book stand from Milborough Row. They mock me. Oh, do you need to look up the other one of these books, Mr. Nick? Which book is it? Which book do you need? I can't read those hard books and I can't read them either. But I can read and I'm told, pal! Well, I just love how Gumshoe, this is how low Gumshoe's life has become. He's competing with 8-year-old children. Please stop competing with an 8-year-old. It's disturbing. And the sad part is Pearl is only Pearl's actually, in my personal opinion, Pearl's actually slightly more qualified than Gumshoe. There's a giant building just outside the window. It's the Gatewater Hotel, high-class luxury hotel. Actually, the crime happened at the recently completed hotel in the center of town, the Gatewater Imperial Hotel. Just how far are they going to expand their empire? Okay, yeah. But that was just beautiful. Is she alright? After being shot, I mean. Her wound isn't that bad. Well, the gunshot wound anyways. But the wound to her pride, now it's a different story, pal. The wound to her pride. Well, until now, she's always upheld the Von Gamma freed. But since she came here, well, you've been giving her pride quite a beam, pal. Oh. I mean, she may act all grown up, but she's really still just an 18-year-old. Quite frankly, I worry about her, pal. We have to talk about Edgeworth, Gumshoe's Lord and Savior. That's the first time I've seen that time as Edgeworth, pal. What does people say what he wants them to during testimony? I want to know when the world happened to him all that this time he's been gone. Old bag is nothing to Gumshoe. Okay, let's get a move on. I want to go to the hottie clinic. We're gonna do the hottie clinic in this episode, and then we'll end things off. Never thought I'd come back to this place. Yes, are you here to visit a patient? Hi. Wait a second, you're... yes, I'm Director Hottie. Well, why are you still here? Yes, what is it? Can I help you? Yeah, you can tell me. Yes. Director Hottie! The mighty Edgeworth! Edgeworth! Yes, I'm Director Hottie. Oh, you're the man from this morning. Yes. What is it? Director Franziska! How is Franziska going? How does Edgeworth not know who... How can Edgeworth not tell that this guy isn't the director? Does Edgeworth seriously look at... Did Edgeworth take one glance at this guy? And he said, this man! This is a critical man of medicine! You don't need to worry. Yes, she's in good hands. Because, you see, I'm personally taking good care of her. Yes. Yes. And that thing, that surgery, it went well. You have my gratitude. It looks like Edgeworth doesn't know about this director and his secret. She looks so pitiful, absolutely terrified. Yes, do you blame her? You were lurking around. Well, I understand. Yes, her opponent was a gun after all. When I snuck up on her real secret like, she would scream really loud. Yes. Do you blame her? I see. You are a horrible brother figure, Edgeworth. But she's really cute too. When I do that, she'd whip me with her whip. Boy, did I cry like a baby. Yes, but I think I could get used to it. Go back to your room. You're so mean, so mean, my frisky Friska. But that's good too. Oh, okay. Yes, it's time for my IV drops. Yes. And what are those tubes doing in your hand, Mr. Phoenix? The ship is real. The Franziska is real. I knew I shouldn't have come here. This patient undergoing rehabilitation. Wasn't that patient standing in the same spot the last time you came to visit? Doesn't look like they've moved any closer to the reception desk. Is this clinic really doing anything? Is that patient going to get better? Hey, don't just come to my own like that. I'm explaining things here. Sorry. Yes. Oh, sorry. This is the clinic's reception desk. It doesn't look like there's anyone at the counter. On the wall is the month's word to the wise. Put your best foot forward. Putting this up in a general clinic like this doesn't really mean much, does it? Present the badge! I guess that's all I get. Yes, Phoenix, because Adrian was the worst time you've ever been shut down by people. Had to do that. Present Edgeworth! The shooting. I was shot in front of the courthouse in my right shoulder. It's no big deal. This sort of thing happens all the time. Knowing your family, I believe you full-heartedly. I even had the full intention of running the trial this morning. But that would have been too much. Papa did for 15 years, and I can do it too. Yeah, you look like you were deathly scared until only a few minutes ago. But I was dragged here by that prosecutor. He even went so far as to grab me by the wrist the whole way here. It was the only logical course of action given the bullet was still lodged in your shoulder. Yes, Edgeworth, you left her in the cat and you left her with that guy. You just said, you know what, that guy with the pink tuft and the missing teeth who's constantly scratching himself, that is a man of science. That is a man of medicine. I trust him full-heartedly with my adopted sister. With my adoptive sister. But with me doing so, I found myself having to clean up after you and that irresponsible deal you made. I think I know what deal he's referring to. Miss Von Karma, you made a deal with Miss Andrews yesterday, didn't you? I don't know what you mean. in order to make sure you got your guilty verdicts on Mr. Ungard, you told Miss Andrews to not testify in court today. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have any proof that I made such a deal? You're denying it? It looks like you were lucky, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If I had been in court today, the trial would have been over. Oh, why, Miss Andrews' own crime? That isn't my problem, whether she had tampered with evidence or not. I have only one objective, to find Ungard guilty of murder. The end justifies the means, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The end justifies the means. And meanwhile, Aristotle means he's at Themis, he gets like the sense, he gets the sensation, he's teaching class, he gets this urge of joy, he's like, and then some student, he was like, Mr. Professor Means, what are you getting so excited? It is nothing. It's nothing. I sense a good vibe, like someone is accepting my principles. Miss Von Karma, Adrian Andrews believed you when you said, if you don't tell the truth of what really happened, then Ungard will be found guilty. And what does that have to do with me? Because of that, she is now in danger of being found guilty herself. All because she believed in your words until the very end. That still has nothing to do with me. She's just a weak person, that's all. But you had to know she was. Ow! I think visiting hours are about over. So if you'll excuse me. What's wrong? Why did she suddenly cut you off? Probably because she thinks I had the advantage in that argument. Edgeworth. Talking to Edgeworth! Present the badge! I report charge of this case, so I can't give you any help with regard to clues or evidence. You're sure hard-nosed, totally different from Detective Gumshoe, and that is why he was fired. He's got a point. Can you talk about Gumshoe? Talk about your good friend Gumshoe? Man, Gumshoe, you just can't talk about him. What happened today at the trial, Edgeworth? That was not like you at all. I mean, I know you knew about Miss Andrews' condition. You could have made her testify as many times as you wanted, but to go that far... but she wouldn't testify about that until I said something. Listen, Wright, the courtroom is the garden of judgment. I am putting myself on the line when I stand in there. And that's why I made the witness do the same. It's only natural. By the way, Edgeworth, you were really angry in court today. That's rare for you. Witness! That card! Give it to me! Hurry! Do you have any idea what you have stupidly, inadvertently done? This! I can't believe you hid this from me all this time! That card, where in the world is it? You mean this? Listen, Wright, this is top secret information. You absolutely cannot leak this. A special investigation team has existed for a number of years, but few know of it. I understand. Their task is to find the owner of this card. A man called Chili the Killer. Mind you, notice how Edgeworth is talking in detail. He knows about this crest, he knows about the symbol, he knows about Shelley, but just remember this when we get to the first case in the Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Just remember that. And just as his name states, he is a killer, an assassin, the best at that. An assassin? So who is this Shelley the Killer? The Killer is the name of a long-standing line of assassins. Long-standing? The name first appeared about 100 years ago, I hear. Shelley is the professional name of the third heir to the Killer name. So because his professional name is Shelley, he leaves cards with a shell on them. He has a habit of making sure to leave a card by the body of his victims. Why would he do something like that? We think it's part of his duty to his clients. His duty? If he leaves a card, that his clients can be assured it was he who killed the victim. It also serves as insurance against any charges being pushed onto his client. I see. The killer values the trust between his clients and himself above all else. It seems that this is one honorable assassin with a moral conscience. I guess that even honorable assassins can exist. Sir, so, you think this assassin, you think he's the one who did the killing in this case? It would appear that way. The discovery of this card basically confirms this. Wouldn't you agree? Shelley the Killer, huh? Now, I noticed something at the trial today. You were behaving in a very strange manner. Is something the matter? I guess I should just tell him. Maya. She's been kidnapped. Kidnapped? What does the kidnapper want? Does he want money? Because I have money! If it steals out my merch, he's not getting my merch! An acquittal. I see. I had no idea. I will prepare a rescue team as soon as possible and resolve this by tomorrow.
Really? Did you hear that, Mr. Nick? Mr. Edgeworth is going to...
Stop trying to console me, Edgeworth. I don't need your pity.
Mr. Nick...
There's no way you can find her. There's no way you can find her. We don't even have a single clue to go on. Right? This is you we're talking about, but me? It's a different story. I know all right. There's only one way to save her. I have to get acquitted somehow. It's the only way. Right? Listen, you need to know something. Juan Gordo was killed by Shelly the Killer, and the client who ordered the job is Matt Ungard. Your own client. Please stop. I can't listen to you. I can't believe that. I see. Well, if you want to continue your investigation, you will need this.
What is it?
The hotel right now is restricted to police personnel only, as we are looking for any clues that might lead us to Shelly the Killer. If you take this with you to the hotel, I'm sure they will let you enter. In any case, I must attend to the preparations for Maya's rescue team. We'll meet again if anything should happen. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Mr. Nick, do you think Mr. Ungard hired an assassin?
No way! I mean, he doesn't have a psych lock. You only asked, did he kill Juan? You didn't mention anything about assassins. Technically, Ungard didn't kill him if he hired an assassin. He dialed a phone.
Yeah, I guess not.
Maya, please, all I ask is you to make it home, safe and sound. Oh, okay, we'll go through the Maya section and then basically we'll be done.
I guess you kidnappers can get a little clumsy. Clumsy enough to drop a card like this for me. And even though he said he was an assassin, I bet he's just making that up. Like how Nick does with everything in court.
Do not... And then Charlie's right at the door. Miss Faye, please do not associate me with that bluffing fool. I am a man of class and refinement. Now sit down and watch the Discovery Channel.
Anyways, let's try this car and see what I found. Sounds like I got the door open. Okay, time to go take a look around.
Date, question mark, time, question mark, location, question mark.
What is this place?
And Charlie just has his theme song playing in the background.
I'm not thinking I'm not in the hotel anymore. Are those videos over there? Well, I'll worry about that later. For now, I should be looking for clues. That way I can show them to this and maybe get out of here.
TV.
Wow, I never seen TV this big before. Now where's the power button? Pooey, it's about it. I was so die-hard happy Samurai man. If I ever got to see the nickel Sam on TV like this. I can't believe I just made a joke about dying, all things considered. There's a fan picture thing on this coffee table. It's a picture of a woman. She's kind of pretty. Hey, it looks like something's written on here. Let's see. I think it says, with love, Celeste. I think maybe this could be a clue. That's weird. What's a figurine doing on a sofa in a place like this? I think it's a bear. Aw, how cute. But it's got a lot of custom slits on it. I wonder if it's some kind of puzzle or something. What is this thing? An antenna? I guess? And this is a VCR. There's a lot of electronic gadgets here. But what is the antenna doing here? Locked, of course. And it doesn't look like I can use the card to open the door. There's a little hole at the bottom of the door. If only I was a little skinnier, then maybe I'd get a card through here.
Oh, this simply will not do. I cannot have you wandering around at will.
Yeah!
It seems that your Mr. Wright is currently concerned about you.
He is?
For now, I would suggest you remain cooperative. If you cannot, there are ways in which I can help you. Would you like a veggie burger?
No! Wait, you mean?
Dead men tell no tales is how the saying goes, correct?
Dead?
I'm almost certain I told you on our first meeting I am an assassin.
No way, you're lying. I mean, an assassin.
Yes, Miss Faye, because I have the red glow on me, because I'm a benevolent human being. People are not always who they appear to be.
Nick! Mr. Nick.
Oh, yes, Pearls? Got caught up in my thoughts about Maya's situation.
Mr. Edgeworth has left, you know.
I guess for now I have no choice but to believe in Mr. Ungard. I think I should listen to his story once more time. Alright, let's get going too.
Okay.
Okay, I think now's a good time to end things off. I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer. If you go back from there, so if you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want. With that, I'll see you later. Bye.